Hello, I'm Diane Dorward. I'm going to talk to you about how I make rag rugs. I've got this one out for you to see to start with. You can use all kinds of fabrics. I personally don't like t-shirts, but that's my choice. My very favourite is denim, and it's all kinds of jeans I cut up and mix them together so you get a mottled blue effect, and the world is full of dead denim jeans. So that's our finished article, and I'm going to take you through it now. First of all, I'm going to show you how to prepare your pieces. As I say, I use all kinds of fabrics. If you're worried about fray, the ideal thing is you have a fraying fabric, cut it diagonally across the grain. This way the fray soon stops because you are in effect cutting it on the bias. And cut strips about 1 inch wide. If you have a rotary cutter and a cutting mat, then you can soon zoom through this, but it's quite a nice pastime to sit and do anyway. Then this is our rag rugging tool, and I'm going to show you how to use that. But with it in the kit comes a cutting gauge. So take your strip and start to wind it in a slight spiral down the cutting gauge, like that. Pair of scissors, and you can see there's a groove up the middle. Just cut up the groove, and there's all your pieces the right size all together. So I usually have a little basket or a bag for each colour that I'm using. The next thing to do is to prepare your hessian. Cut it to size, but allow an extra 2 inches on each side. Now, lots of people do rugs in different ways. Most people did them how their granny showed them. This is the way I've been taught by the clever man who makes these tools. And it's such a good way doing it to this system. You turn in about 2 inches of hessian and take a really big bite with your tool. Now, you don't do the rest of it like this, but this is almost like tacking your fabric. And put a piece in every few inches, and that will neaten your rug for you. Now, this is onto the top, not the bottom. So some people used to turn their rugs over and hem them and back them. But if you work through this folded edge, it strengthens the edge anyway, but it's completely neat. When you put your last piece in, your rug is finished. You don't need to do anything else to it. Now, to mark out your design, if you're not sure where you want to do it, you can use chalk to begin with, but then use a marker pen, and you can, draw a line around the edges and give yourself a border of one colour. Use random colours in between, or stripes, whatever you have. If you want a more geometric pattern, raid your kitchen. And what's very useful, dinner plates, cups, boxes, so that you can draw around them. So mark your pattern on, and then you can start doing your rug. Now, this is called a bodger, and it's handmade in England by a good friend of mine, and is a really good tool. And it is based on the old Victorian Brown's tool. Now, what you do, you can work in lines or separate pieces. Now, I always work in lines. I find that the easiest, and the rug somehow grows nicely that way. But put the point of the rug in lift up 2 or 3 threads, push it through, press the lever to lift the clamp, pull back halfway, release, leave a thread or so between, take another bite, piece under the clamp. That is all you do. It really is that easy. And when you get to the edges, it's a little bit harder work, but you go through the doubled fabric on the edge, but that really does make a good, neat rug. When you finish a rug, the care of it is don't hoover it, but pick it up, take it outside and give it a good old shake. If it gets scrubby, you can wash it. Small ones will go in your washing machine, but larger ones, if you've got a big garden tub or something, fill that with water and give it a good soak and a rinse, and it will come up clean. If you're worried about the pieces coming out, in washing it does shrink up, so it does hold the pieces anyway. It isn't really a problem, but sometimes you can have little fingers or cats. I have a cat that's none too trustworthy with them. And what you do with that, just get some PVA glue and spread it with a knife over the back, and that holds it all. So that's, and I always do that to any that I'm selling, so that they don't come out for my customers. Now I have a kit put together of the rag rugging tool and a 2-meter piece of hessian, which is really, you would get 2 rugs out of that. And there's also a little practice piece. And not just rugs can be made with the rag rugging anyway. You can make things like table mats. They're great if you put hot casseroles on a table. Covers for your seats. Lovely. All my cat baskets have little rag rugs that fit them. So all kinds of things you can do as well as rugs. And then the toolkit has the bodger and the cutting gauge and full instructions that I've written, and it also has a design. It's got the bodger and the cutting gauge, an instruction sheet which I've written, and I've given you a design for a rug, all sorts of things in there, all sorts of details about how to do it. And that's all together. And if you look on my Facebook page, Diane Dorward Crafts, or you give me a ring, I will tell you the current price and how I'll get it to you. And thank you for watching me, and it's been great fun, and I hope you want to do it.